Basically, this is the forest I spent the last 9 days, no, 8 days, and pretty much alone. As you can see, it's not much of a crowd here, and I just enjoyed so much and benefited so much. So what I promised, and I try to produce this content, is about the third stage of posture that we talked in a previous video when I talked about shiatsu, tuina and acupuncturist postures. So let's skip the first two stages. If you look back and watch the video, you will find what it was about. But for me, the most interesting part is the third stage, actually, which is an understanding of all your posture and all the body positions basically come from inside. And this is why, for me, it's the easiest. Maybe others have another approaches, but for me, easier to understand from the Gong perspective. That we build up the dantian, the lower dantian, which is going to be the anchor for your energetic system. And so much so on, so many functions it has. It can become a backup battery. So, for instance, can be really good for your vitality and your kidney energy on a long term if you manage to cultivate your lower dantian. But again, everybody talks about lower dantian on the shiatsu, tendan or the hara area, which people think it's given. So they have it. You just have to listen to it and work with it, which is quite the opposite with many teachings from the internal arts. For some reason, for people even from China, great Tai Chi masters, Qigong or Gong masters, they needed decades to find the dantian, work with the dantian, understand the Qi and work with the Qi. So basically and shortly, I think we are confused. I was confused, and still probably a bit I am, just trying to work my way through these 9 years of Gong practice, which I studied in the same time as my shiatsu practice, and then recently the acupuncture and the Chinese medicine studies. So slowly I understood they just give a name like dantian, it refers to an area, and it's not always clear by instruction or by the teachings, for example, from shiatsu or tuina or acupuncture, what we should do with the dantian. Maybe somewhere information slipped, or they just didn't know about it, I'm not sure. What is for sure that we have a possibility to work with the Gong process to understand our dantian more deeply, which can be our backup generator, the engine of the energetic body and the anchor for the energetic body. And moreover, if you plan, and actually if you talk about Qigong next to shiatsu or tuina or acupuncture, and you say, yeah, I have a Qigong practice, it is unavoidable to come across the dantian. You can find actually a video about what is a false dantian by my teacher. Probably I will try to remember and link it in the details underneath this video. So that's for sure number one confusion. Localizing the dantian, understanding. Dantian can be in many places, but traditionally what they talk about, it's like in the hara, in the tendan area, inside, close to the spine, but it must be cultivated. If you have a quick look at the Neijing to the scroll of the Taoists, the first and most foundational scroll of the Taoists, you will see that that area is depicted of a field that is cultivated by a person with an ox. Yeah, so they just plow and cultivate the field, which means that it is an area that should be cultivated. So back to our posture. Once we understand this and start to work on it, our posture will come from the internals. And the way we will touch or treat the other person will come from a much more opened, channel-wise opened and energetically opened posture. That is the physical expression of it, that what we see on a practitioner is just a projection of it. But the core mechanics happens inside, and basically that's what we are after when we talk about this most interesting topic of the third stage of postures, which probably those who practice shiatsu or tuina for years or decades, and they might have missed, might be also interesting and important, as cultivating the lower dantian will bring a lot of benefits. And one from them is like longevity, for example. If you put your life on this very noble aim of service and help others by treatment, like acupuncture treatments or shiatsu or tuina treatments, that takes up a lot of energy. And that could be another topic of another video. What is the perspective of longevity and the Gong and the Qigong, and how we cultivate ourselves for preserving energy, not wasting energy, and if we are lucky enough, accumulate surplus of energy for either therapeutic purposes or spiritual or self-developmental purposes. I think that could be the last sentence of just please understand, to be able to change and transform what is given, probably a little bit more of energy is needed. And the method is how to cultivate, save energy, and then get ready for this change and this process. Thank you very much for listening, and it was just a quick stop by climbing this mountain up and down. And actually just wanted to show you one of my favorite places. For some reason I just like this place, and maybe I will make another capture from above, another place if I can make it in time. Thank you.